Hey everyone, this is Paul from Freedom Gorilla, and today we're going to cover the Magpul MBUS 3 sights. Alright, let's get right into it. As you can see, these sights come in this type of packaging, which I believe is new. The older sights used to come in kind of like a plastic that had staples on it. So we'll open these up and then we'll cover them. Okay, so now that we got them unpacked, let's take a quick first glance at these. So the main things that I can see right off the bat that Magpul did is they made them lower profile so that they sit flatter on the rail. They also look a little bit more like the MBUS Pro sights. But the other thing that they did is the old sights, the MBUS 2 had latches here and latches here. Now what they have is just a button right here, so that when you push it, it flips up that way. When it does pop up, I think it feels a little bit more like the spring is a little bit stronger than the MBUS 2, I would say. But the other thing right off the bat that I think is pretty cool is the front sight post adjustment. So here you can see that with these new sights, the MBUS 3s, the front sight post is adjustable by turning this knob. So on the old sights, you used to have to take a tool and push the top down and rotate the sight post up and down. But now, as you can see, you would just turn it to have it go up or down. Now, out of the box, this is pretty, I can't even turn it. I probably need a tool, honestly, or I would need to lube it up. So like right off the gate, that's pretty hard to turn. I'll lube it up and see if that makes it a little bit easier, but let's see what else we can learn about these sights, and we'll go from there. All right, so here's the rear sight. The other thing with the rear sight that you'll notice right off the bat is the aperture adjustment. So turning the windage is the same. This actually clicks quite easier than the MBUS 2. But you notice that the aperture is a bit different. So on the old MBUS 2 sight, you would have kind of like a piece that would just fold down. With this, it's a little different. You just flip the whole thing, flip the entire thing. So actually kind of like that. Let me see. I don't think it actually doesn't rotate the screw at all. So that's good. It just rotates around the screw. But I like this a little bit better because what would happen on the old MBUS 2, if you would have it down and you use the larger aperture, you'd have a piece like sticking up actually. But let's get the MBUS 2s and then we'll see how those compare to these. Okay, so now I have the MBUS 2 next to the MBUS 3. This is what I was talking about with that rear aperture. So also the spring differences, the springs are probably the same. But here you can see this is the larger aperture on the MBUS 2, and this is how that worked. You would have this little flip up thing here, which would give you the smaller aperture, and that's what I was talking about. If you wanted the larger aperture, you basically put that down, but then when it lays flat, it kind of sticks up like that, which I always found a little bit annoying. But anyway, let's compare them real quick. And I'm gonna put these on the gun after this, but right off the bat, I mean, we can see they're definitely a little slimmer. You know, look to be about definitely I don't know, maybe a 10-15% reduction. The knobs are tinier. So yeah, definitely less bulk to the new MBUS 3, which is cool. The other thing I wanted to see real quick is just this. So this screw, you know, it's able to use an Allen key and a Phillips, which is nice. I want to just see what this looks like real quick. Okay, so some Loctite on there. Yeah, it looks to be about like standard Magpul stuff right there. So let's take a quick look at the front sight compared to the MBUS 2. Okay, so here's the front sight, MBUS 2 versus MBUS 3. As we can see, quite a bit, you know, a bit less bulky. And Front aperture, you know, looks similar. And here's what I was talking about before, how to adjust the front sight. You need to use a tool for that, which was always a little bit annoying. So it's nice to be able to use this feature to adjust it up and down. And one day I'll be able to move that. I'm gonna lube it up later on and see if I could get it to move. But that's pretty tight. Let's weigh them. We'll do the MBUS 2 rear, see what that comes in at. Okay, that's 1.2 ounces. MBUS 3 rear, 1 ounce, so that's nice. MBUS 2 front, 1.1 ounce. MBUS 3 front, 0.9 ounces. So it saves almost half an ounce total weight, which is cool. But all right, let's put them on the gun and see the difference with them on the gun. Okay, so now I have them on the gun. Now, one thing I do want to mention real quick that I just learned is the new sights don't have a nut. The nut is built into the sight, whereas the old sight, the MBUS 2, it had this nut, and that nut would fall out. I mean, one nut just did fall out on the rear when I did it. Not a big deal, but just something I wanted to mention. Also, you'll notice that the screws are the same, but the heads on the new MBUS 3 are thinner. The head is thinner. So here's the MBUS 2 head, here's the MBUS 3 head. So it is thinner. So that's pretty nice. But let's take a look at the profiles. Okay, so here's the fronts. MBUS 3 is right there. I will say when I put the MBUS 3 sights on the rail, they did go on very tightly, tighter than the MBUS 2, but these MBUS 2s have probably been on and off a couple times. So, I mean, right off the bat, if you look at the side profile, I don't think that it looks much of a difference, honestly. You can see they're lower profile, but maybe slightly this way. I think most of it is here. So when you look at it from the top down, it's definitely less bulky. The MBUS 3 kind of is about the same width as the rail, whereas the MBUS 2 is not. So let's flip them up. Okay. Yeah, so you can see it's just a little bit smaller. Here's the rears. The rear sights are basically, you know, not too much of a difference from the side profile, but when you look at it this way, you know, they definitely take up a little bit less rail space. So yeah, there you have it. Also, guys, I just want to note that I did lube up the front sight post here, and I actually needed to take a little screwdriver and kind of turn it both ways for the first time, and now I could turn the knob a little bit easier by hand. So I would say it's not toolless right out of the box, but you kind of got to work it a little bit. And I would maybe just take a little screwdriver with you to the range, like just a really tiny jewel case screwdriver to tap it left or right if you needed to. And that's just my little tip. But once you did lube it up and move it around a little bit, the toolless front sight adjustment does operate much smoother. Now, for the sake of transparency, I'm going to give my personal opinion here because we believe honesty is the best policy. So one thing I did notice about these Magpul MBUS 3 sights, which in my opinion is the only slight downside, is the way that you deploy them. So the MBUS 2 has a latch on the side on both sides. So with the MBUS 2, I can deploy it with my trigger finger and also with my thumb. All right, that's the MBUS 2. Now with the MBUS 3, to deploy it, you have this center button. So for me to deploy it, I need to do this. And in the front, I need to do that. So a little thing, which in my opinion, I prefer how it is on the MBUS 2, but just wanted to mention that because that is just one little quirk. But overall, I'd say that Magpul did a fantastic job on the MBUS 3. We love Magpul. This is a Magpul hat. I highly recommend their apparel as well. Definitely want Magpul to keep coming out with amazing products and marketing content like they always do. And yeah, if you like them, please give these a try. I'm sure you'll love them. I think Magpul knocked it out of the park, and we're happy to support them and happy that we can carry them. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you found this video helpful and informative. These Magpul MBUS 3 sites are available on our website, freedomgorilla.com. We offer free UPS shipping, free returns, and at this point we have 100% 5-star reviews. So our customers and people that do business with us are very happy with us, and we would love to have the opportunity to serve you as well. Also, we want to thank Magpul. We hope that Magpul keeps doing business the way they are. They're making fantastic products at great prices. And if you haven't, check out their apparel. That's a Magpul hat. Really like it. I have a couple of their shirts, really like them as well, and a couple winter hats. So Magpul overall is just a top-notch company, and we love to support them. With that being said, if there's any questions or comments, please ask below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe, and look forward to creating more great content for you guys. So thanks for watching, and have a fantastic day. Say goodbye, Oak.